Hulk Hogan. Just the name conjures images of bulging biceps, a booming voice exclaiming, "Brother!" and an unstoppable wave of fans wearing bandanas. He wasn't just a wrestler. He became the living embodiment of American larger-than-life showmanship, turning each fight into a dramatic showdown. Yet behind the pumped-up swagger and the 80s neon lights, there's a man named Terry Bollea, struggling under the weight of unstoppable fame, personal betrayals, and the thick shadows that come with success. Terry Bollea wasn't born into wrestling greatness. He was a towering guitar-playing youth who drifted between college and local bands. But when he arrived in Augusta, Georgia, at the age of 22, this mountainous figure caught the eye of wrestling scouts. They saw raw potential, 6'7" of muscle, a thick mustache, and a naturally booming presence. On a dimly lit practice mat, he steps timidly into the ring for the first time, unsure of how to bump, how to sell a move, but determined to channel his adrenaline. The sweaty smell of the gym clings to him as he hunches, learning the fundamentals from grizzled ring veterans who see in Terry a diamond yet unpolished. He steps out each day with bruises but a wry grin. That unstoppable drive emerges. No matter how intense training gets, he returns for more. Everyone can sense the intangible star power, like a raging ocean lurking behind that calm face. He's still Terry here, but seeds of Hulk are taking root. Settling in Florida, Terry briefly uses ring names that fade like a whisper. But then he crosses paths with wrestling promoters who see a comic book hero in his monstrous size. They push for a name that echoes unstoppable might, Hulk Hogan. He dyes his hair bleach blonde, grows the mustache thicker, and perfects that rasp in his voice. The showy personality emerges, ripping shirts, flexing pythons for the crowd, calling fans brother. The shift is electric. Arena lights reflect off his sweat-slick arms as fans roar the new name, Hulk Hogan. People line up for autographs outside small Florida rinks. The unstoppable energy of a brand is forming. While practicing body slams, pile drivers, and that epic leg drop, Hulk Hogan senses destiny. He can seize the entire wrestling sphere if he invests everything: his body, voice, and soul. Late nights in cheap motels, he scribbles ideas for catchphrases, dreaming up ways to dominate national television. The path is set, the ring waits. Under the bright Manhattan skyline, World Wrestling Federation promoter Vince McMahon sees Hulk Hogan as the perfect face for an industry hungry for showmanship. By the early 80s, wrestling stands on a precipice, ready for mainstream synergy. Hulk Hogan bursts onto the WWF stage in bright yellow gear, body-oiled muscles reflecting overhead spotlights, fans erupting with euphoria. Then comes that iconic moment in January 1984. Hulk Hogan topples the Giant, the unstoppable Iron Sheik, capturing the WWF Championship. American flags wave, crowds chant his name. Overnight, Hulkamania storms pop culture. Television talk shows fight for his guest spot. Cartoon appearances, action figures, everything demands a piece of Hogan. Each night after main events, he returns to the locker room spent but unstoppable, charged by the roar outside. The first WrestleMania in 1985 cements Hulk Hogan's stardom, pairing him with celebrities like Mr. T in a surreal intersection of wrestling, Hollywood, and music. All eyes fix on the ring at Madison Square Garden, and Hulk Hogan delivers with unstoppable spectacle, ripping shirts, pointing to the sky, and dropping the big leg for the decisive victory. Cameramen hustle to capture every grin, every flex. Suddenly, the entire industry reconfigures around him. He cameo appears in music videos, endorses cereals, sees his face plastered across lunchboxes. The Hulk Hogan brand merges with child-friendly heroism, saturating living rooms nationwide. Yet behind the confetti, the pressure is mountainous. He must maintain a squeaky clean persona, caught between the gritty backstage environment of pro wrestling and the cartoonish superhero image. The money is grand, but so is the scrutiny. He's forging unstoppable synergy that even top Hollywood stars envy, but seeds of exhaustion linger under the bright lights. WrestleMania 3 becomes an epic stage where Hulk Hogan body slams the colossal Andre the Giant in front of 93,000 fans in the Pontiac Silverdome. The thunderous roar shakes the stadium. That single move, capturing a David versus Goliath storyline, forever locks Hogan's place in wrestling lore. Meanwhile, Hollywood also calls cameo roles in films, attempts at comedic leading parts, Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny. They might not be critical darlings, but fans pack theaters to see the Hulkster do anything. But controversies brew. The intense travel schedule and spotlight hamper his personal life. Rumblings of steroid use and backstage tensions creep into tabloids. He denies, swats them away, but the questions remain. He still appears unstoppable on television with those iconic 24-inch pythons, preaching about training and positivity. But behind the scenes, cracks form. The unstoppable juggernaut wonders how long he can sustain the golden glare. As the 90s roll on, Hulkamania begins losing steam in the WWF. Audiences sense a new generation of wrestlers rising. Then comes a seismic shift. In 1996, Hulk Hogan jumps to rival promotion WCW. The once heroic icon stuns the world by turning villain, becoming Hollywood Hogan, forging the New World Order with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Gone are the bright yellow tights, replaced by black bandanas, trimmed mustache dyed black, a sneering arrogance that enthralls older fans and outrages loyal children. The wrestling world tilts on its axis, ratings explode. Fans watch to see Hulk Hogan's edgy monologues, aggression in the ring, rebellious swagger that seemed unthinkable. This new persona taps into the rebellious 90s vibe. He's unstoppable yet again, headlining major pay-per-views. But with success come sharper controversies. Backstage politics, rumored creative control demands, inflated egos in the New World Order storyline. Tension escalates, but the unstoppable Hollywood Hogan persona charges forward, fueling record television viewership. After WCW collapses, Hulk Hogan bounces between new alliances. Tennessee wrestling stints, sporadic WWE returns, always chasing the next big angle. But bigger storms loom outside the ring. A sex tape surfaces, unleashing lawsuits with gossip websites, courts, and depositions that unravel his private life. Sponsors and networks recoil from the whiff of scandal. The unstoppable hero from kids' lunchboxes is now a tabloid magnate. Simultaneously, he endures painful personal stress, family troubles, rumored extramarital affairs, and mounting public criticism of racist remarks. Each blow chips away at the once invincible aura. In interviews, he speaks haltingly about regrets, sometimes contradicting earlier statements. The unstoppable train of Hulkamania screeches under the weight of real-world consequences. Old friends and fans watch, uncertain if he'll bounce back or crash. Yet even in the darkest tunnels, there remains a glimmer of the unstoppable survivor who once overcame every ring challenge.